Even with fewer people using them, check scams are growing fast, especially on the dark web, catching victims off guard and emptying accounts before they know it, with methods that are so alarmingly simple and straightforward that you might think you could pull it off yourself. So today, and for educational purposes only, we present Check Fraud Scams, how these methods work, and how scammers are making money with check fraud on the dark web. So stay tuned. If you are new around here, make sure to subscribe with notifications on, so you do not miss any of our new videos. Also, feel free to follow us on social media, links in the description box down below. Number 1. Theft and robbery. Check fraud, one of the oldest financial crimes, is now thriving with modern tools like Telegram and other messaging platforms. Criminals exploit these platforms to trade stolen checks, share fraud techniques, and hire walkers to cash counterfeit checks. Scammers first need a check, or the banking details to create one, and they use 4 primary methods to get them. The most common method is theft. Fraudsters steal mail from mailboxes, postal workers, or even break into cars. Some go further, robbing mail carriers for access keys and mailbags, in search of checks and sensitive information. Number 2. Inside jobs and data leaks. Inside jobs are another tactic, where scammers bribe bank or postal employees to leak checks or customer data. Once they acquire a check, criminals use acetone-based products like nail polish remover to erase original details. They then rewrite the payee name and amount, essentially transforming a legitimate check into a fraudulent one. A more advanced method involves creating fake checks from scratch, using routing numbers bought on the dark web. With access to check paper and printing software, scammers can manufacture convincing counterfeit checks. Number 3. Drop accounts, cashing the checks. To cash these checks, fraudsters need a drop account, typically one that's aged and linked to fake identities. Many scammers purchase open UIs, or aged bank accounts to ensure the fraudulent check passes initial scrutiny. Others manipulate victims into allowing their accounts to be used, promising a share of the illicit funds. Banks often credit checks temporarily, which scammers exploit to withdraw funds before the fraud is discovered. Scammers target specific banks that offer faster access to funds, making their schemes even more effective. Number 4. Manipulation and recruitment. Some fraudsters recruit elderly individuals, or others unaware of the risks to physically cash the checks for them. These accomplices, known as walkers, face legal consequences when the fraud is eventually uncovered. Scammers also emotionally manipulate people, such as pretending to date someone, to access their bank accounts. Victims often realize too late that they're left to deal with frozen accounts, debt, or even criminal charges. Number 5. Legal risks and final warnings. Despite the effort scammers put into these schemes, check fraud is illegal, unsustainable, and always carries risks. Law enforcement agencies are actively cracking down on check fraud, and most perpetrators eventually get caught. Instead of turning to crime, investing time and energy into legitimate opportunities will always lead to better outcomes. If check fraud shook you, wait until you see how billions vanish through credit card scams, without a single red flag. The next video breaks it all down, how they steal, how they duplicate data, and how you might be next. Don't wait until it hits your statement, click now, before your info ends up in the wrong hands.